Hello, everyone. Welcome to Thursdays at 3. It's Jason Crespin here, Thursday, July 23rd. So glad that you guys are all joining us. Sorry, we're starting a little late. We wanted to make sure all of our stuff was ready for you guys. Hopefully everyone is having a great Thursday. We definitely had some rain a little while ago, which was great. But yeah, we're excited to be back talking about what's going on at ALT this week. A lot of things going on that we want to let you guys know about. Some great information about some upcoming stuff. And so yeah, hopefully everyone's having a great Thursday. Janet Witzel, hi, Jason and Alan. How are you, Miss Janet? We miss you. Hopefully you're doing well. Braden says, hello, hi, Braden. Glad to see you as well. I think, Alan, you are backstage, but it says that your camera is not connected. So I might try to work on that before we bring you in, Alan. But yeah, so a couple things we want to let you guys know about. One is you guys only have three more chances to see Anne of Green Gables. That's right, our Anne of Green Gables production that our ALT Academy did. We were supposed to have this, of course, in March. We were then able to make a digital film of the show and stream it online to our audiences. So you only have three more chances to see that show. There's a show tonight at 6 o'clock, and then tomorrow at noon and 6 o'clock. Basically, though, once you buy a ticket to the show, you have 6 hours after that show time to watch the show. So if you want to watch it tonight at 8, be sure to buy it before 5 o'clock. Our box office doesn't allow you to buy a ticket for a show within the hour of the showtime. So buy it before 5 o'clock today to watch it anytime after 6. And then tomorrow you can buy it at noon or at 6 o'clock for tomorrow's shows as well. Hayden says, hey, Jason, are you guys still taking donations? And if so, where can you go to donate? Great question, Hayden. Yes, you can still make a donation. You can always go to our Amarillo Little Theater website and make a donation there. But also you can make a donation through Venmo. That's right. ALT now has a Venmo account. You can just hit at Amarillo Little-Theater to make a donation. Speaking of donations, anyone who watched Anne of Green Gables, if you want to make a break a leg note for any of those cast members, we want to make sure that you are aware that you can still do that. You can do that on our website, or the best thing really to do is through Venmo. Here's a great little video to kind of show you how you can do that. Basically, on your Venmo, you're just going to search for Amarillo Little Theater, right there, Amarillo Little Theater. Click on the Amarillo Little Theater page, then click how much you want to donate to $3 there. That's what I pretended to do. Write your break a leg note for whoever you want it to. Make sure it says break a leg note for, and then you can just pay the Amarillo Little Theater your donation. So easily accessible for anyone who wants to make that donation on through Venmo, which is great. Okay, I think we've got Mr. Allen in the backstage. We'll bring him now to the forefront. How are you, Mr. Allen?
Well, I'm stupid. I'm fine, but I'm stupid.
Did you get caught in that rain? We got a little rain earlier.
Yes. I was out in the rain.
You were? Yeah. I didn't even know it was raining. I was working in my office, and then I heard some stuff. And
in my office all morning without walking out and seeing any view from outside. You know, I'm in a dungeon kind of an office.
Yeah, that's true. Your office has no windows. But you're like the heart of the theater. Your office is the heart of the theater. So
yeah.
We'll paint you a window just so you can look out at any time. We were just talking about Anne of Green Gables. If you believe it, there's only one more day, really a day and a half to watch the show left.
Well, it's I hope everybody's enjoyed it. It's a great show, and the video is terrific.
Yeah. Again, a huge shout out to Rick Wilcox, who did all of our filming and editing for that show. He did a fabulous job. Thanks again to all of our cast members and all the crew and stuff, for everyone working so hard to get that done for our. It was a good thing that we didn't have to cancel that show, which was nice. We were able to offer it in a safe way, which was awesome. Speaking of ALT Academy, Alan, I don't know if you are aware, but tomorrow we have our fall schedule ready to go. We're going to post it on our website tomorrow. That's Friday, July 24th. We're working on updating our protocol for our academy classes. So a lot of people have been asking, when are classes going to be posted? What's it going to look like for our next semester? We'll have all that information out to you soon, within the next couple of weeks. But tomorrow we're going to go ahead and post the schedule so everyone can kind of see when classes will be. They can start planning their fall semester. We're excited. We're going to be offering some new classes, some new homeschool essential classes, and helping out with homeschool classes. So be on the lookout on that schedule. You might think, oh, I already know what the ALT schedule is. Don't go back and look. We have some new classes, some new teachers. It's going to be great. But again, new protocol. We're going to be limiting class sizes down. So you're going to definitely want to check out all the information as it rolls out within the next couple of weeks. But be on the lookout for that schedule tomorrow. And we already posted our audition information for our Showstoppers show choir, and then our junior and senior company acting classes. That is on our website. I have a little handy dandy little link there. If you go to our website under audition information on our academy page, you'll see that show choir and junior senior company audition info. And you have to submit those videos by August 5th. So be sure to get all that information on our website. We have more people. Hayden says, hi, Mr. Allen. David Walsh says, live you guys, but he really meant love. So love you guys. Love you too, Mr. David Walsh. Hope you all are doing well and staying safe. I don't know if you saw that earlier. Janet Witzel shouted out, oh, hello to you also, Alan. So good old Janet Witzel. We haven't seen her around the theater in a while. We miss her. We got to see you soon, Miss Janet. Come see shows for sure. And then speaking about our academy, on Monday, we have an exciting event. We're going to be hosting our next masterclass with Tony Award winner, Miss Jessie Mueller. This is huge for us. We're very excited about that. She, of course, won her Tony for playing Carole King in the musical Beautiful, went on as a 4-star on Waitress. She had a great, career in Chicago before moving to New York. But we're really excited about that. Our master class is currently full with our students, but anyone who wants, this is parents, other academy students, ALT warriors of all ages, you can purchase a $10 ticket to watch the master class and then also be a part of the Q&A session. That's all going to be on Monday, July 27th, starting at 5 o'clock. Jessie said she could be here for an hour and a half to 2 hours. So it'll end about anytime between 6:30 and 7. So definitely check that out. We're going to stream it to a private Facebook page. So you, of course, have to have Facebook in order to watch that. But you can just register by calling the box office, 355-9991. Or, of course, check out the website and you can register for that as well. Alan, did you ever see Jessie in a show? Did you see?
No, I don't believe I did.
I didn't either.
I've not seen Beautiful. I regret to say that. I just it's always been something that was more appealing to me.
Sure.
And I didn't see her in Waitress.
Yeah, I saw Sarah Bareilles was in Waitress when I saw it, and then when I saw Beautiful, it was already. I mean, I'd seen it like 5 years after it opened, so she had already left. So I'm excited. I got to talk to her over the weekend, setting all this up, and she is a joy. Yeah. The fun fact is that she worked with Patrick Andrews, one of our own, back in Chicago in a production of Willy Wonka. So she had fond memories of that show and working with Patrick. So that was fun. We'll definitely talk about that in the Q&A as well. But again, anyone can watch that Q&A. Just $10 to get in to get invited to that Facebook page. We'll be sending out those invites over the weekend and on Monday in case any of you have registered for that Q&A. It's going to be absolutely great. Mark Sellers says, thank you and congratulations on working hard at keeping the arts alive strong during this COVID times. We're trying, Mark. We're trying to be as creative.
I'll tell you, I've worked more. I've spent more hours up here recently, and I'm not producing it. Well, I finally am producing a show, but it's just been trying to come up with protocols and figure out ways to make ends meet here and there and keep our people employed. And it's just I'm ready for this to be over.
Same, agreed. The hardest thing about that too is that we're working on so many things and none of it's getting to necessarily be creative on stage. You know what I mean? I remember the last time I thought about actual like directing a show and gathering props and stuff like that. I know you've been able to do that within the past 2 weeks, but I'm ready for that as well.
Working on a prop list today.
Nice.
Using like used yesterday.
I love that. Yeah. But you're right, Mark. We're trying to be as creative as we can. We still want to offer some great training to our students. We're not able to do any camps or anything this summer. So we thought, what else can we do? And so this is going to be a great thing for our kiddos and for our ALT patrons to sit in on this great masterclass with Jessie Mueller. Joe says that she saw her in Waitress with the Keanu Settle as well. Great cast of original cast members. So super jealous about that, Miss Joe. I love that you got to see that. Okay, but let's go ahead and start talking about what we have going on sooner than later, hopefully. Of course, we're here to talk about The Humans. The Humans is going to be opening on August 6th, run through the 16th at our ALT Adventure Space. Of course, it's box office is open to our members right now. Goes on sale to the public on Monday, the 27th. Alan, before we go into all about The Humans and who's in it and what it's about, let's talk first about ALT. You mentioned new protocols. Can you talk a little bit about what we're doing here at ALT to keep both our audiences and actors safe when we open our doors?
Well, yes, I would love to. We have 3 different protocol statements or documents.
Right.
One is for the main stage audience hospitality. I'm calling it hospitality protocol. So
Sure.
that means welcoming our audiences. There's a backstage protocol and there's an adventure space protocol. I'm going to talk about the adventure space protocol a little bit more today because the main stage is a couple of months off. But we've got our number one goal is to make our audiences and our volunteers feel safe.
Right.
And not just feel safe, but be safe.
Right.
So we're changing up some things for the adventure space. For instance, you can no longer get into the building at 7:00 like you used to and get in line for seats at 7:30 when the performance space. Well, that's depending on the day, but we open an hour before showtime and then open the performance space at 30 minutes before showtime. We are no longer going to do that because we can't keep you sufficiently distanced in the lobby of the adventure space. So we're encouraging our audiences not to come because we won't let them in until about 30 minutes before the show opens. You will be met by someone that will take your temperature at the front door. We have new scanners and our tickets will print a barcode. We will print a barcode on our tickets so we can scan your ticket and verify that it's for today's performance and then send you straight into the performance space. We have a capacity in a perfect world of 180 seats at the adventure space. I took all the seats off the floor. So that's one row of seats all the way around to give us more distance between the actors and the audience. And that leaves 143 seats. And we're only going to sell 70 tickets. So that's slightly less than 50%.
Sure.
That should give our audiences plenty of room to spread out. And certainly all of this is fluid. If we find out that 70 is too many, we'll cut it back right away.
Sure, for sure. The great thing about the new barcode on the tickets is that it's going to be, hands. I mean, no one's going to deal with touching your tickets. You're just going to be holding your ticket. They'll scan it, and you'll be good to go. So it's almost a no-touch kind of ticket system, which is going to be great. That does mean, though, that people are going to need to pick up their tickets before the show. Correct?
Yes, that's a new procedure that we're requesting at both spaces is that you get your tickets picked up before performance day.
And we'll also be able to print at home, correct?
If you live out of town or have some sort of disability that won't allow you to come get your tickets, we'll mail them to you. We don't want to be mailing tickets to everybody because that just costs us a lot of money. But we will. You'll have the ability to print your tickets at home with this new barcoding system. So once you get your tickets reserved, you can say print, and they'll print out, and you can just bring that piece of paper with your barcode on it, and it's just as good as a ticket.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. That's going to be so handy for people, especially.
There's some cool things that have come out of these terrible situations that are going to be great for us. For
sure. And then the other thing with the show is for now, at least up until things get better, no meet and greet after the show. So as soon as the show is done, we'll excuse the audience out of the theater, and then of course the actors will be leaving as well. And then we suggest masks, face coverings if possible, especially to keep our actors on stage safe as well.
Well, our actors on stage will not be wearing masks, and so it's very important for our audience to wear masks because that is keeping our actors safe.
Yeah, and that's huge for us. We want to keep them safe.
For you,
yeah,
because if all of you are out there spewing spit and all that stuff that we talk about, our actors are at risk there.
Sure.
So anyway, we're going to let you in 30 minutes. Once we open the front doors of the building, you can walk straight in and to the performance space and pick out your seats, and you'll be ready to go.
Which is going to be great. And there'll be plenty of space to social distance. And
we are not doing any concessions for this show, although we will have bottled water for sale, and you can get a bottled water. But otherwise, we're not going to have any snacks or any of that stuff because we just feel like that's asking for more problems.
Well, and this show lends itself. There's no intermission for this show, correct?
True. So that makes this an easier fit for us.
Sure, yeah. Tiffany Lauer had a great idea. Maybe we can have a virtual meet and greet on a Facebook Live. Tiffany, that's a great idea. We might be able to do that. Brilliant idea about, having some sort of the whole cast, being able to get on Facebook Live to talk about the show.
Do a talk back that will undoubtedly be
streamed.
Yeah. And so we could have some kind of meet and greet for the cast. We're also once a performance is over, we have bought new equipment that will that our staff can use to sanitize and disinfect every seat in the building, all the bathroom surfaces. So it's going to be pristine when you walk in the building.
The new equipment looks awesome. It looks like it should be like in the movie Ghostbusters, like
backpack
that people will spray. Yeah.
It could be a Ghostbusters. You'll probably be using it as a prop before I know it.
I know it's going to be an Academy show at some point. We already know that for sure. But yeah, so ALT is definitely doing so many things. We'll be emailing if you get a ticket to the Humans. We will email you all of these new protocols and kind of information to get you prepared before you come to the theater. These new protocols will also be on our website. We have new protocols for actors backstage. Tons of new things that we want to make sure to and make sure everyone is safe at ALT for sure. So it's going to be
good. We're doing some very cool but radical stuff. We're going to create 4 entrances into the auditorium.
At the main stage, yeah.
What your seat row and number is, you'll be going in a specific entrance in the auditorium. That's going to spread our audience out among 4 different entrances so that they're not all clogged up at the front of the building. The downside of that is you don't get to see me at the front door. But I'll try to make an appearance somewhere.
We'll get 4 cutouts of you that we can put on the door somehow and welcoming you to the theater for sure. I love that.
To have playbill programs, but we're only going to have 1 playbill for both spaces this year. Since the inception of the Adventure Space, we've had 2 playbills, one for the Adventure Space, one for the main stage. But because our advertising sales are down right now, significantly down, we're going to combine all those ads into 1 book, and they'll be used at both facilities.
Sure.
We also are not going to be able to recycle programs the way we've done in the past, and so we're going to ask you to just take your program home with you when you get done with the show. We will have a digital program that you can scan a QR code and get to the program without picking up a piece of paper, if you prefer to do that. And so we've been busy thinking about every possible scenario. I know we've left out some, but we'll find out what we've left out very soon.
Sure, for sure. And if anyone has any questions at all or anything like that about, the safety of the theater or whatnot, or if you're, worried before you come to show, definitely check out our protocols once they get posted. Give us a call. We'd love to also make sure that you are aware of everything that we're doing to keep safe.
Contact me or come by if you've got a mask on.
Yeah. And speaking of masks, we have new masks.
Yes, we do. I don't have one with me right now.
Right. I have mine right here. I'll put it on.
That is something else, isn't it, buddy?
Our new ALT, the place to be masked.
Do something like that, man.
Ooh, So yeah, if you have these masks, contact our
mask coming soon.
Yes, that's right. We'll have more masks coming soon. But if you want one of these masks, contact our ALT box office, and they will get one for you. You can pick one up at ALT's box office. Or
about 50 left right now.
The what?
We only have about 50 left, but we'll reorder when we need to.
Yeah, because we're going to have all of our volunteers who are, ushering and taking temperatures and all that stuff. They'll be wearing these masks at all of our shows. So look for these masks at the Humans as well.
And I want to say one thing while we're all calm and everybody, it's a good day, it's rained and things are going well. This is very difficult. It's a difficult world we're living in, and we're afraid of the unknown, and we're having to make some tough choices. We're scrambling to keep this theater successful and thriving. So I'm just going to ask our so many of our patrons are really good to us and treat us, but give us a break occasionally. If we're not doing everything exactly the way you think we should, just tell us what we need to do better. And don't be mad at us. I'd rather you come tell me you're mad at me than to get mad and go away. Because we want to try to we're doing our best to make this perfect for you guys and for us. And we want to do theater again. And if everybody will wear a mask and follow the protocols, it's going to work. It's going to work. So that's me on my soapbox for a minute, but we're working hard to try to make to make theater work right now in Amarillo, Texas.
For sure. And every day is different. We come to work with a plan, and then that plan changes 2 or 3 times, even within that day. And then, by the end of the day, we have a new plan. And so
we're not coming up with some of these rules and protocols to piss you off.
Right. Right. Everything that we're doing is out of love to keep everyone safe.
Absolutely.
Not only for you, but for our volunteer actors as well. And again, we just want to produce theater, and we want to get you guys back in at ALT to enjoy live theater. There's nothing that can replace live theater for sure.
We haven't had a real we haven't had a real show in here since March.
Yeah, Peter and the Starcatcher. That was our last live show.
That was the last one. I would have enjoyed it, the last show, more.
I think everyone would have been in that show if they would have auditioned for that. Shannon says that great kindness is always the choice. Agreed, Shannon. We can do all things better through kindness, for sure. Speaking of shows, let's talk about the Humans, Alan. The Humans, this is obviously a one-act play. We already talked about, no intermission, written by Stephen Karam, and was a finalist for the 2016 Pulitzer Prize for Drama. Of course, won the 2016 Tony Award for Best Play. And you saw this show, right, Alan? You saw it in New York.
Yes, I did. It's been 4 or 5 years ago, but it oddly enough, we were with a group. We were taking a group to New York. I think you were on that trip. Yeah. And we got done with the first day we got to New York. It was late afternoon, and we had a dinner planned. And we got finished with dinner soon enough that I told Carrie, I said, let's run down here to the theater and see if we can get last minute tickets to the Humans. And so we hauled it down to the theater, which was several blocks, and they had 2 great tickets available. And so it was a dream come true. I love this show. And you were talking about Patrick Andrews. He had quite a connection with this show. He was in on some of the original development of this show.
That's right. I forgot about that. That is exactly right. Fun story that while you were running to go see the Humans on that same trip as when I was seeing Matilda randomly. I just now thought about that. That was a fun trip for sure.
So we can see these shows and bring back some ideas for our shows and be inspired by all the great work going on.
For sure. Marley says, who came into your office before that trip and told you that you had to see that show, Alan? Hint, it was her.
All due respect, I agree. I appreciate that very much, Marley.
We always love when people go see great theater and then come back and say, you have to see this show. And then when we're able to see it as well and bring it to our audiences.
Script is the thing she told me first, I think, was to get the script, and I did. And then I was sold.
Yeah, for sure. Jamie also says, we will never take theater for granted again. Wish I could hug you both. Agreed, Jamie. Agreed.
Damn it, I'm good too, Jamie.
We can't wait.
I'll be here till about 4:00.
Come swing by, give Alan a hug. So Alan, what what made you want to direct this show? This is a show that you've wanted on our ALT season for quite some time. You kept trying to get the rights and then finally you were able to get the rights and one of the first. What made you want to direct this show so badly?
Well, it's kind of my kind of show. It's dark, a little dark. Although there's a ton of comedy in this show.
Yeah.
But it's very realistic, and the actors are playing. There's not a huge moment in the show. It just is a story about a family that is facing lots of trials and tribulations, and they're all having their own issues, and it's how they all interact and deal with these issues. And it gets a little spooky at the end.
Ooh, nice.
There are some forces at work that are hard to explain.
Okay, that's going to be good to know. I like that. For anyone who's watching, of course, this was going to be our last show of the Adventure Space last season. Luckily, we were able to move it to this season, keep the set, and just kind of take a pause and come back to it. Your amazing cast, of course, is Perry Brown, Connie Kennedy, Joe Early, Marley Hoggett, and Dylan Kazar and Melanie Sanders. And Joe is new to the cast. You had to replace Rachel Dawson, who couldn't do it in the fall this fall because her and her husband are moving. So I'm sure that was difficult to then bring in somebody new and get them up to speed. Can you talk about the break in that process?
We were a week and a half away from opening this show when we shut down in March.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe 2.5 weeks, but we just stopped, and I said at some point I hope to get this show done, and we kept kicking the can down the road from day to day and month to month, and so here we are, almost 6 months later, trying to get the show still on stage. The set's been standing over at the Adventure Space since the middle of March.
Yeah.
And so the set told me last night it was ready for action.
The set's been the longest set we've probably ever had at an ALT show.
Well, Matilda is about half built on the main stage right now because we were planning to open it September the 10th.
Right. Yes. And we'll talk more about that here in a second, but let's keep on Humans, because I want people to understand that this show is a brilliant show. It's so well written. Like I said, it was a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize for drama. So this isn't just like, put together, it's quality. Yeah.
One of the finest shows you'll ever see.
And with a great cast.
Hardly any language in it. It has a little bit right at the end, but overall it's pretty clean. It's captivating.
Yeah.
The performances are fantastic. The script is fantastic. The set is fantastic, and I want our ALT friends and family to come see us.
For sure. Speaking of language and stuff, our new website has a great new portion of our when you go click on the current show, you can find out exactly kind of what you're dealing with. There's some language, a little bit of violence, some drinking or drugs and smoking like that. So that's a great kind of barometer to find out, oh, this is kind of the show it's going to be whenever you go and sign up for a show, which is, I love that new aspect on our shows on our website. So that's going to be great as well. And
let me say again that you're welcome to call me or Jason or one of the box office staff, because if you have some questions about the show, I will tell you right up front what to expect.
Yeah, I love that. And it's going to be great because we'll be able to get people in safely, social distance them in the theater. They'll be able to wear their mask to watch the show. The show's not a long show, which is great. It's a no intermission. Then you'll be able to leave and enjoy live theater back at ALT, which is super, super exciting. Also, when people come see the show, Alan, of course, it's going to be great just to have people back in the theater and hearing applause. I haven't heard applause or laughter from a crowd in so long. It's going to be eerie when we first hear that back. But what are you hoping that audiences, when they leave the show, what are you hoping that they take away with them?
Well, I hope that they capture the the feeling of the show really is hopeful at the end. It's hopeful about life is going to go on and get better, despite the issues that we all face from day to day or month to month or week to week. But I also want them to talk about how great the performances are, because they are fantastic. And
it's good. And the other thing too, I think, is just to support Amarillo Little Theater again. I mean, to think about, we have had our doors shut for so long. We struggled to put Anna Green Gables digitally up and hopefully, sell some tickets or keep the tickets that were sold for that. Hopefully some donations could come in, and master classes and Q&A, stuff like that. So we are excited as a staff, I know, as well, just to open our doors and get some audiences back in and hopefully some revenue back into our theater, because being a nonprofit theater is hard in COVID times when we can't have things, classes. Think about, we didn't have any camps this summer. Those are always huge for us. So it's going to be nice, hopefully, having people back in our doors and investing in ALT again.
I've wondered why I've been kind of down, and I finally have figured out that I'm depressed because I'm not feeling the energy and the love and the excitement of what we do.
Sure.
It's hard to do what we do without any kind of audience feedback.
Yeah.
And so I gravely miss my friends and colleagues and fellow artists, and I'm looking forward to being a part of that again.
Yeah, for sure.
For granted again, another day in my life.
Agreed. Laura Jo is asking again about the dates. The dates are August 6th through the 16th. That'll be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, or Thursdays at 7:30. That's August 6th and 13th. August 7th, 8th, 14th, and 15th. Those Fridays and Saturday shows will be at 8 o'clock. And then, of course, our Sunday matinees, August 9th and 16th at 2:30. And don't forget that August 6th, the date is a 2-for-1. So you want to make sure if you get a ticket for that, you'll get 2 for the price of 1, which is always a great deal at ALT. And that's, and then students are always 2 for the price of 1. So definitely great ways to come see the show. Alan, I don't know if you know this, they're working, and I know that they were, obviously they're probably put on hold, but they're working on a film version of The Humans. In fact, Stephen Cram, who is the director, the playwright, he's making his directorial debut with this show.
I saw something on one of the entertainment shows about this being made into a movie.
I think only one of the actresses, Jane Houdyshell, who won the Tony for playing the mom on Broadway, she's the only original cast member who's going to be in the film.
She got huge reviews.
Yeah, which is fun. I also, when I was doing some research for this, and I remembered I actually got to meet him at the 2016 Tony Gala. I have a photo with him, but it was photo bombed. But that's me and him in the Tony. There's the Tony for The Humans for Best Play right there when I got to meet him.
You are the man.
but then look who's there's some girl in the background photo bombing. I got so mad when I went back and looked at that photo. But I had a good 4 or 5 minute conversation with him at the gala, and he was awesome. He was super excited, and Patrick had worked on a show with him called Speech and Debate, so we talked about that as well. And so it was great. It was a great time.
I grew up in Scranton, Pennsylvania, which which one of the family is from in this play, and I was reading a critical review this morning that said that the characters are an amalgam of him.
Oh, cool. Very cool. That's awesome. I love that. That's great. Well, we hope everyone gets their ticket again, August 6th through the 16th for The Humans. And season ticket holders now can get their tickets. But if somebody's not a season ticket holder, they can still get their season tickets right now, right, Alan?
Yes, sir.
And the cool thing is you sent out information this year for season tickets. It's risk-free. Can you explain risk-free season tickets?
No risk. It's a bold move, folks, because we're telling you essentially, if we don't produce the theater we say we're going to produce on our season, we'll give you your money back. How's that for a damn confident statement?
Yeah, basically, if something happens where we have to cancel shows, especially because of COVID or stuff like that, you can get your money back. You can put it on your account to transfer to another season. And so get your season tickets, guys. This is going to be a great way for you to not only support the theater, you'll be able to come see some great shows like The Humans. Our full season, I'm really excited and proud that we are one of the few theaters I think that has yet to we have yet to cancel a show, knock on wood. We've been able to postpone things, move things around, offer them digitally, to where we're still able to offer everything that we've promised to our audiences. So even, getting season tickets, being in a risk-free setting like that is huge. And so there's no reason why not to get your season tickets right now. Call the box office, reserve your tickets for The Humans, and get ready for another great season of live theater here at ALT. Alan, let's talk about Matilda. Some people, of course, our production team and our cast, they know what's going on with Matilda, but some of our audience members and patrons don't know that Matilda is going to be moved. Is that correct?
For the second time.
I know, poor Matilda. I joked earlier that she's going to be 20 by the time we open that show. She'll be driving herself to the theater. But Matilda, yes, we wanted to make sure, with our main stage, with that size of a cast, really it came down to the size of that cast being so large. We wanted to keep them safe backstage. We were not able to get the streaming rights to the show like we did for Anne of Green Gables and for other shows. And because of all those factors and with things going on, we thought, wait, we have an opening in December that we could put the show in and slide it in and give us a little bit more time to keep things, hopefully safe and all that good stuff. So Matilda will be moving to our December 3rd through December 20th time slot. So it is no longer going to be in September. We're just going to move Matilda. We're going to leapfrog it over Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime and present that in December on our ALT main stage, which is going to be fantastic. We had slated our Academy, one of our Academy productions during that time. We are just going to move that to the Adventure Space, which is going to be great. It's actually going to work even better for the show that we've selected for that time slot. So it's a win-win for us. We're able to still offer that show, which will be great in a safe way for not only our cast, but of course our audience members as well.
Yeah, and we need to remind everybody that it was scheduled for May of last season.
Yeah.
We moved it to September of this season. And after rehearsing, since I've been rehearsing with the Humans cast, there are only 6 people in that show, but it's still a little stressful because I worry about their well-being.
Sure.
And my own as well. And so after rehearsing with 6 people, I thought, until things cool off some, I can't deal. I don't think I can safely deal with 30 people backstage.
Right.
And so that more than anything was the driver behind this change, because we're hoping that by pushing it down the road about 3 more months, that if everybody will do what they're supposed to do, we'll get out of this mess and we'll be able to do theater.
Agreed. So we're not canceling Matilda. We're just moving it further down the season and offering it. So Curious Incident, all the other shows will stay where they are slated as of right now, but we'll still be able to offer that great musical. The what?
We're just going to be quick on our feet and be ready to adapt to whatever comes our way.
That's right. That's how we do it at ALT, for sure. Well, Alan, thanks so much for talking to us about The Humans. I know I can speak for tons of us that are involved at ALT that we cannot wait to see that show. We cannot wait for you, for the cast. We can't wait for our ALT doors to open back up again and us to invite, our amazing ALT patrons safely back at our theater. Like we said, we hope everyone does what they're supposed to do. Wear your mask. If you need a mask, come by ALT. We'll get you a great looking mask to promote ALT all over our community. Between now and then, be sure, if you haven't seen Anne of Green Gables, purchase a ticket. Even if you're like, I can't see the show, buy a ticket, make a donation on Venmo, make a donation on the website for these great kids. So show their support. Again, that Venmo is at Amarillo Little-Theater. Send them some love and support by sending them a break a leg note if you get a chance. And then, of course, we want to remind you that buy a ticket for Jesse Mueller, that Q&A session, masterclass session. Again, you do not need to be an ALT Academy student. Anyone can be a part of watching, auditing basically the masterclass and joining in on that Q&A session. Call our box office, visit our website to buy that $10 ticket, and then get your tickets, get your season tickets. We want to see you guys at ALT this season, of course. And Carla Fisher already says, getting me a mask. She's going to get herself a mask. I love it.
You're not going to volunteer enough to get a mask.
Right, exactly. And then, of course, tomorrow be on the lookout for our fall schedule. We'll be offering tons of great classes at ALT, and we're like Alan said, we are adapting. We're going to make sure we do everything we can to keep our doors open and keep training kids in our classes, keep offering great shows for our audiences, and keep doing what we're doing.
That's all we can do.
That's all we can do. Exactly right.
Just got to persevere. Make it work.
Make it work. I like it. All right, Alan, I hope you have a good rest of your day. All of our ALT warriors and patrons who are watching, we hope you guys have a safe day as well. Do us a favor, get season tickets, get your tickets to the Humans, support Anna Green Gables, come watch Jesse Mueller. A lot of things still going on at ALT, so be a part of it if you get a chance. All right, we'll see you soon, Alan.
Wear your masks.
Wear your mask. Wear your masks. Exactly. We'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.